Hare Krishna.
Panchakalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhu bhayavacha patitanam Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Krishna Bhutale Srimati Bhakti Swami Nitinamne Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharite Nirvishesha Sanyavadi Paschatya Deshatari Jai Shri Krishna Jai Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama
Hare Krishna. Can you introduce Maharaj? Nand Kishore Guru. I'm actually here. Okay.
Sorry. So today we are very fortunate. Everyone understands English, right?
Yeah.
So today we are very fortunate to have amongst us His Holiness Bhakti Narsimha Maharaj. Maharaj is a direct disciple of His Divine Grace A.C. Bhakti Vinasa Swami.
Hare Bol. Hare Bol.
Maharaj's first disciple, I think, to come to Sanatana Dhama.
No, I think so. Third.
Originally from UK and took initiation from Prabhupada in the year 1971. And a year later, second initiation entered into sannyasa ashram of life in 1994 from His Holiness Tamal Bishop from in Sridham, Mayapur. Ever since, Maharaj has been extensively teaching in the Far East, mainly Thailand, Singapore, Malaysia, and China. Spends a lot of time in various parts of Russia, Middle East, a lot in Middle East, Dubai, Bahrain, Kuwait, Oman, and spends a lot of time in Sridham, Mayapur, especially during the Parikrama. And Maharaj is also leading the international group of Parikrama every year and also teaches various courses in MIHE. Some of you may be students already from Bhakti Shastri and Bhakti Vaibhav, I suppose. So let us welcome Maharaj and request everyone to put their phones on silent mode so it does not create a disturbance during the class. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So very happy to see all of you here today. I have the good fortune to come here. It's a very brief visit, unfortunately, but we hope in the future we'll have more time and be able to spend more time and get to know you all better. So on this particular day, actually, a few days back, we celebrated Narsimha Chaturdasi. Before the Chaturdasi, we celebrated the Ekadasi. You know, in our Vaishnava tradition, we observe fasting on Ekadasi. Not necessarily full fasting, but we avoid grains and beans on the Ekadasi. So the last Ekadasi was Mohini Ekadasi, very special Ekadasi, when Lord Krishna appeared as Mohini Murti, and he distributed the nectar after the churning of the milk ocean, with the demigods and the demons combined together to churn the milk ocean, and they produced the nectar of immortality. So they were fighting over who should get the nectar. So the Lord came as Mohini Murti, and he charmed everyone, and he told them, I will distribute it to everyone. And of course, he gave it to the demigods, didn't give it to the demons. So that was on Mohini Ekadasi, and then Ekadasi is next day is Dwadasi, then Trayodasi, and then Chaturdasi. So Nishringa Chaturdasi, on the full moon, that Chaturdasi day, we worship the appearance of Lord Nrsimhadev, Nrsimha Avatar, one of the very popular incarnations of Lord Vishnu, glorified by Jayadeva Goswami in Gita Govinda. Right? Do you know Gita Govinda? They sing at Jagannath Puri. So in the Gita Govinda, it begins with the Das Avatar Stotra. And Das Avatar Stotra, the 10 prominent incarnations of Lord Vishnu. And the fourth one is Nrsimha. First there's Matsya, then Kurma, then Varaha, then Narsimha. Right? So Lord Nrsimhadev, we have the deity here. And we were just chanting, or when are we going to chant? Huh? After the class? We'll chant the 1,108 names. Okay. We chanted the Nrsimha Kavacha Stotra, and there's another 108 names of Lord Nrsimhadev, which we regularly recite. So we'll do that after we first of all speak about the glories of Lord Nrsimhadev. So Lord Nrsimhadev is very popular among the devotees. Lord Nrsimhadev, you know, if you go to our Mayapur center, we have a big deity of Lord Nrsimhadev there, which is worshipped very wonderfully. And many people go there and they will offer prayers to Lord Nrsimhadev. Lord Nrsimhadev appeared to protect his devotee. Lord, yes, right. Prahlad, good, yes, very good. You know the names, right? Prahlad. And the father is Hiranyakashipu, right? Hiranyakashipu, there were two brothers, Hiranyaksha and Hiranyakashipu. They were both born from the womb of Diti. There were two sisters, Aditi and Diti. There are many sisters actually, but those were two prominent ones. And they were both married to Kashyap. And Aditi gave birth to the demigods, Indra. And then Lord Vamanadev also came in that family. And Diti, she gave birth to Asuras. One was Hiranyaksha and one was Hiranyakashipu. So Hiranyaksha was killed by who? No. Varahadev, right, yes. You're too little, right? You don't know yet. Yes, Lord Varahadev killed Hiranyaksha, and Hiranyakashipu, of course, was very angry that his brother had been killed. But he could not find out where is this Vishnu, where was Lord Varaha, where was Vishnu. So anyway, Hiranyakashipu went to do tapasya. He went to a mountain, Mangalacharya, and he went there to do tapasya. And his purpose in doing tapasya was to please Lord Brahma. Those who are asuras, generally they will worship gods like Lord Shiva or Lord Brahma, and they will worship them to get some material boon. They want some blessing, which is not always very good. Just like Hiranyakashipu, he did his tapasya, and finally when Lord Brahma appeared to him, he told Lord Brahma, I want to be immortal, right? I don't want to die, and you should give me that benediction. But Lord Brahma said, I cannot give that to you because I die. I don't have the power to give you something I don't have. I also die. So how can I give you the power that you won't die? So then Hiranyakashipu is a very cunning fellow, and he asked different benedictions to try to overcome this this fear which he had of death. So he asked Lord Brahma, bless me, I should not die in the day or in the night. So Lord Brahma said, all right, yes, I'll give you that benediction. He said, tatastu, right? And then Hiranyakashipu said, I should not die on the land or in the water or in the air. And so Brahma said, tatastu. And he said, I should not be killed by any man or any animal or any deva. And so the Lord said, tatas, Brahma said, tatastu. He was giving these different benedictions to Hiranyakashipu. And Hiranyakashipu thought, after he got all these benedictions, he thought, now I'm immortal. I won't die. And in this way, he went on and he conquered the devas. All the demigods were afraid of him. He was so powerful. He defeated Indra and the other demigods, and he took control of the heavenly planets. So he was such a very powerful demon. So he had one son, as that our children here were telling us, named Prahlad. Well, he had several sons actually. Prahlad was one. He had 4 sons. So Prahlad, the children all went to Gurukula, right? The children went to Gurukula and they got trained up in brahmacharya life. Very good for children in the beginning of life to go to Gurukula and get spiritual training to control the mind and senses. If they go to ordinary school, that's like the school for the asuras. They get trained up to be asuras. They learn all the bad things. But if they go to Gurukula, they will, if they get a good guru, then they will learn good things. They will learn spiritual knowledge. So unfortunately, Prahlad's father was an asura. So he put him in the Gurukula for the asuras. And all the children of the other asuras were there. And the guru of the asuras, Shukracharya, and his 2 sons, Sanda and Amarka, they were the teachers. They were teaching all the boys who were the sons of the demons. And Prahlad was there. He was one of the children. And they were taught about material knowledge, how to deal with your enemies. In the material world, it's very important for people. They will make distinction, friend, enemy. Devotees don't think like that. Devotees see everyone, spirit, soul, part of Krishna. We see Krishna in everyone's heart. But the demons, those who are asuras, they will make distinction. They see friend and enemy. Those who are the enemy, we have to deal with them. How will we deal with them? Well, we will threaten them. You have to do what I say or else, right? And then you may even try to bribe them. You offer them some material gain. If you do what I say, I'll give you this much bribe, I'll give you this power, I'll give you this position. So demons do these kind of things. It's common. And if, of course, they don't cooperate, then you may threaten them. You may even put them in prison. You may torture them. You may kill them even. This is how the asuras deal with the enemy. In the world of politics, these things are very common. All over the world, unfortunately. You know, people deal with their enemies. Whoever is my enemy, I will have them killed because they're not supporting me. So the Prahlad Maharaj was in a Gurukula and they were teaching him like that. So one day it happened that his mother took Prahlad and she dressed him very nicely. She put nice clothes on him and dressed him, made him look on, and sent him to his father to go and see his father. And Prahlad came to see his father, and he offered obeisances. He offered dandavats to his father. And his father saw his son there, and his heart melted. He thought, oh, my son, my little boy. And he brought the little child to sit on his lap. And then he spoke to him. He said to his son, he said, please tell me, what have you been learning from the Gurukula? He did not think, the father did not think he would hear anything very practical because his son was very young, very small. But he just wanted to hear the child speak. So he asked the child, what have you learned from your teacher? So Prahlad spoke to him because, you see, father did not know that Prahlad had already met another teacher before he was in the Gurukula. But yeah, before he was in the Gurukula, he'd gone to the ashram of Narada Muni. At that time, he was still in the mother's womb. He had not even taken his birth, right? But spiritual knowledge is so powerful. It does not depend on anything material. Although Prahlad was in the womb of his mother, he could still hear everything. He could hear Narada Muni reading scriptures, and he remembered what he heard. It's very important. When the ladies conceive a child, they have to hear scriptures regularly. It's for the benefit of the child as well as their own benefit. If they just simply watch Bollywood movies and sit and watch television, it will not be good for the mother or for the child. Whatever sounds are entering, they will affect the consciousness. So very important. So this, although this Hiranyakashipu's wife, she was the wife of a demon, but she had been taken to Narada Muni's ashram, and she was able to hear the scriptures. So she benefited, but Prahlad benefited even more. Because, you know, sometimes mothers come and they don't hear very much. They don't pay attention very well, you know. The mind wanders. They think about other things. They think, how long is this boy going to talk for? When's he going to finish? But the child in the womb was hearing very carefully. He could hear very carefully, and he remembered. So the father asked him, what have you heard from your teacher? So Prahlad told his father, he said that I have heard from my teacher that those who are in the bodily consciousness of life, those who think they are the body and who are attached to their material comforts and their pleasures of the material body, they're like a person who has fallen into a well where there is no water, and it's very difficult to get out. Did you ever fall in a well? You're lucky, yeah, you're lucky. Some people fall in the well. You may not fall in the well physically, but mentally, we can fall into a well. We can fall into a very difficult situation from which it's very difficult to get out. So Prahlad told his father that those people who are attached to the material luxuries of life and who think they're the body, they're like a person in the well. Their only hope is to go to the forest And to go to the forest means you have to go to the holy Dham, to the holy place. Go and live in the forest. Where is the forest? Vrindavan. There are 12 forests in Braja. Have you been to Braja yet? Did you go to Braja, some of you? Yes. So there are 12 forests there. So Prahlad told his father, you should go to the forest. So his father is an Asura, did not like to hear that. So he put his son down, said, get down. Don't want you on my lap. Who taught you all this? And then he got the teachers and he asked the teacher, have you been teaching all of this to my son? They said, no, we did not teach him this. So they said, where did he get this knowledge from? They said, we don't know. We didn't teach him. We taught him about economic development, right? You know economic development? You know, getting more money and enjoying the money, sense gratification. Just like it's called Artha and Kama, right? Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha. This is material, the path of material pleasure. There is not spiritual. We call it karmakant, right? So karmakant will keep you in the material world. It won't take you out. So the teacher said, we did not teach him any of this. So the father said, take my son, teach him good. Don't let anybody come and talk to him and give him all of this nonsense about devotion and about worshipping the Supreme. Don't let him hear anything about this kind of stuff. I don't want my son to be polluted. He thought this is pollution. You know, fathers are often like that. Also, mothers can be like that too, you know. If sometimes the children want to become devotees, they want to take up Krishna consciousness, and the parents think, oh no, don't do that. Don't start chanting Hare Krishna. Better you be a drunkard. Better you go gambling and do all sinful things, but don't become a Hare Krishna. Don't start. Some materialistic people think like that. There was we had one devotee, he was from South India. So he got involved, he became a Hare Krishna devotee. His parents really didn't like it. And they arranged that people would kidnap him. And they kidnapped him, and then they gave him drugs that he would forget everything. They gave him some powerful drugs that he would forget everything. And what happened was, after he came back to consciousness, he couldn't remember anything. Only thing he could remember, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Yeah. Everything else he forgot. Because that Hare Krishna, that is not material, that is Divya Gyan. That is spiritual knowledge. So you can take all the drugs you want, all the medicine, you never forget Krishna. So this devotee, very nice devotee, he's a wonderful devotee, he's still a devotee. So Prahlad was in a difficult situation. His father didn't want him to be a devotee. But Prahlad, although he's a young boy, only 5 years old, he was in the Gurukula. And he was preaching about Krishna to all the other boys. He was telling them all, told them, from the beginning of life, you have to cultivate Krishna consciousness. Komar acharet pragno dharmam bhagavatamya. That from the stage of Kumar. Kumar means first 5 years of life, right? There's Kumar, after Kumar, Vatsalya, Poganda, then Kishore. So, beginning of life, young children, it's the best beginning of life. They should learn about Krishna consciousness. So although Prahlad was in the Gurukula for all the asuras, the children were very young. So their hearts were very clean. They hadn't done any bad things. They were still children. So they all listened to Prahlad. Prahlad talked to them. Prahlad told them, we spend so much time, we waste so much time in our life. Every day we sleep. How many hours do you sleep every day?
8 hours.
Huh? 8 hours? 8 hours, all right. So if you live to be 100 years old and you sleep 8 hours every day, that means 33 years spent sleeping, right? You waste a lot of time sleeping. And then you spend time also growing up, right? Growing up, going to school, playing games, right? No, honestly. Children generally grow up, you know, it takes time to grow up, learning everything, stop playing games, playing football, cricket, whatever, ball games. We spent many years doing these things. And then in old age also, when you get old, invalidity, you cannot do anything very well. Some people not able to walk, they don't hear, just like Dhritarashtra, right? Dhritarashtra and Mahabharata. In the 5,000 years ago, there was one Dhritarashtra. Today, every home, there's a Dhritarashtra. Yes, everywhere we've got Dhritarashtras. I mean, they just do nothing. 20 years growing up, 20 years dying, and 33 years sleeping. How much time have you got left? You don't have much time left. So we have to be careful to use our time very carefully. And what should we use it for? Use it to become rich. What is the good? Kali hatayate, kali hatchalu. Right? All your money, your bank balance, will you take it with you when you go? Not one paisa. You have to leave it all here behind. Your education, your degrees, all finished with the body. Okay, okay. This, everything is finished with the material body. We have to understand the nature of this material world. It is temporary. So Prahlad told the boys in the Gurukula, don't spend your time just only thinking about making money and purpose of our life? Is it just to be comfortable? How long you will be comfortable in the body? Everyone gets old. Everyone will get disease. Everyone has to die. Right? Hiranyakashipu, he thought, I won't die. He also died. So many big men, they have a big empire. They all die, right? We have one devotee in Krishna consciousness movement. He is a Prabhupada disciple. His name is Ford. You know the Ford motor car, right? So his grandfather was Henry Ford, founder of the Ford Motor Company. So his grandson, name initially before it was Alfred, he got initiation. Now Prabhupada disciple, Prabhupada gave him the name Ambarish Das. So he met Prabhupada, and Prabhupada asked him, he said to him, oh, you are Henry Ford grandson. And he thought, you know, he was thinking, yes, oh, Prabhupada knows me. And then Prabhupada said, where is your grandfather now? Where is he now? And then he said, I became very small because he knew grandfather dead and gone. Where is he now? We don't know. Somebody may be very big man, one life, next life, we don't know where he will take next birth. Punar Mustika Baba, right? There's a story. You know that story? The little mouse came to the yogi and he asked the yogi, he said, oh, yogi, help me. There's a cat chasing me. So the yogi said, what do you want? So the mouse said, can you make me a cat? So he said, okay, become a cat. So then the cat went away and come back again. Said, yogi, there's a dog chasing me. So he said, what do you want? Can I become a dog? All right, become a dog. Dog went away, came back. After some time, came back. Said, there's a tiger chasing me. So yogi said, what do you want? He said, can I become a tiger? All right, become a tiger. But when he became a tiger, then the tiger is looking at the yogi. He's thinking, I will eat the yogi. He's thinking, I will eat the yogi. Yogi saw, oh, you want to eat me, huh? So yeah, Punan Mustika Baba. Again, you become a mouse. We don't remember. I don't remember. You don't remember. But Krishna remembers. We have had many, many births. In the Bhagavad Gita, Lord Krishna said, we have had many, many births. I remember them. Krishna says, you don't. He tells Arjuna, you don't remember, but I remember. The point is, we have to be very careful. Use the human life nicely. So Prahlad is telling all the boys like that. So after some time, father wants to meet the son again. And he asks the son, my dear son, tell me, what have you learned from the teachers? So this time Prahlad said, I have learned Shravanam Kirtan Vishnu. And Hiranyakashipu said, no. The real education is hearing and chanting about the Supreme Lord, Vishnu. and all of his forms and different incarnations and his energies. That is the real And Prahlad was telling his father, but his father said, no, this is not education. Father did not like to hear that. So then he asked Prahlad, where did you get this knowledge from? Very important. He wanted to know, where did you learn this from? And Prahlad, he was a little bit sarcastic. You know this word sarcasm?
Yes.
You say something, it's not a very nice way. It's a little bit insulting. Prahlad said to his father, Materna Krishna Paratasvatova Vivo Vipadyeta Greha Vratanam Adanta Govir Vishatam Tamishram Punas Punacharvita Charvanano. Prahlad said, he said to his father, he said, Father, you don't have to worry about becoming Krishna conscious. You will never become Krishna conscious. You have no desire to become Krishna conscious. So even if somebody tries to teach you, or you try yourself, you won't be able to become Krishna conscious. Why? Because you're so attached to the Greha, right? There's Grehastas. Grehasta is a spiritual ashram, but there's another Greha Medi. The Greha Medis are those who live in the material world, whose business is envy. They're very jealous. Oh, he's got a bigger car than me. Oh, they've got a bigger house than us. Oh, they've got more children than us. What? Their whole business is envy of others. Why they have got more than me? I should have it. So if we think like that, then very difficult to become Krishna conscious. Very difficult to get Krishna conscious. If our only thinking is the material, we're only thinking about money, success in the material world, position, Janma, Aishwari, Shruta, and Shri. Queen Kunti said the same thing. You know Queen Kunti, the mother of the Pandavas? So she offered prayers to Krishna. And she said, people who are on the path of material progress, they think about Janma, the birth. We should be in a good family, respected, and Aishwarya, we should have money, we should have wealth, and Shruta, we should be educated, we should have qualification, degrees, like that. And Shri, we should be very beautiful. These things, that is the material consciousness. They're concerned with these four things. So if you're interested in these things, then you'll never become Krishna conscious. Because your interest is just the body, just temporary things. You may have these things. It's all right. If you have them by the grace of God, all right, no problem. You don't have to give them up. But we have to, don't be attached to them. We have to understand they are temporary. They're not eternal. You're not going to keep them forever. You may be very wealthy this life, next life we may be poor. This life we may be poor, next life we may be very rich. Or maybe in the previous life we were rich. This life you're a woman, last life maybe you were men. Right? Why did you get the woman's body? You were attached to it. So you got a woman. The men, they've got a chance. Maybe in last life they were women. Now they've got the men's body. We're moving different bodies, birth after birth. Don't be attached. Don't be proud. Think about the real goal of life, to understand who I am, why I am here. So this is what Prahlad wants to tell his father. His father was asking, where did you get all this knowledge from? Prahlad said to his father, you don't have to worry. You never get it because you're so attached to the material. And then Prahlad said, if you follow a blind person, if you take a blind person for your guru, then you'll never get that knowledge. If you follow another, we're already blind. And if we take another blind person to be our guru, then it won't be very good. You won't get, you're not going to go anywhere. You'll fall in the ditch. You'll go off the road and fall in the ditch. So Prahlad said, there's only one way you get this knowledge. You have to meet the devotee. You have to find out the Mahatmas. You have to find out the great souls who have completely taken shelter of the Krishna consciousness teaching. You have to find out those devotees who have bhakti, and then you can get it from them. You want bhakti? You get it from the bhaktas, those who have got devotion. They can give you. We have to, Prahlad said, you have to take, he said, you don't get it by doing tapasya. You don't get it by just giving charity. You don't get it by just going to holy places and bathing in the rivers there. You don't get it by just studying scriptures. You don't get it by any of these. How do you get it? You have to get the mercy of the devotee. Mahat Sevam Dwara Mahar Vimukte. By serving the devotees, the Mahatmas, it opens the doors to liberation. But Tamo Dwaram Yoshitam Sangi Sangam. If we simply serve the objects of the senses, we go to hell. You fall into the darkest region of ignorance. So Hiranyakashipu was very angry when he heard this. So he told his servants, take my son and kill him. Kill him. You know that? They wanted to kill Prahlad. They threw him off the mountain. He didn't die. And then they brought elephants to walk all over him, but he didn't die. They put him in the well with all the poison snakes, but the snakes didn't bite him. They put him in the boiling hot liquid, but he didn't burn. They tried many ways to kill him. They couldn't kill him. So they brought him to Hiranyakashipu. They brought him to his father. His father said, I will kill him. I will cut off his head. He said like that. But before he said, before I cut off your head, I want to know, where is this God you worship? Where is he? And Prahlad said, he's everywhere, right? He's everywhere. So his father said, is he in the wall? Is he at the pillar? And he broke it, and Lord Narsimha came out. There's a big fight, right? And Hiranyakashipu got killed, ripped apart. Right, Lord Narsimha took Hiranyakashipu and put him on his knee and took his nails and ripped open his stomach. And then he took his intestines out and put it around his neck like this flower garland. Just like this garland. He had intestines from the stomach of Hiranyakashipu, all blood all over his body like this. Would you like a garland like that? Not very nice, huh? This Lord Narsimha. So Lord Narsimha was very angry. So they thought how to calm Lord Narsimha. Do you get angry sometimes?
Yes.
You do? Oh.
When mobile snatch them from their mobiles.
Oh, when mommy snatches your mobile, you get angry, huh? Good.
Isn't it so?
Mother should do that. Very good. Well, we shouldn't get, but people get angry. You know, sometimes people get angry for a long time. So Lord Nrsingadev was very angry, and they brought many people to try to calm him. Lord Brahma came, and all different devas came. They all offered prayers. They brought Lakshmi. Lakshmi is the consort of Lord Nrsingadev, because Lord Nrsingadev is Vishnu. So they brought Lakshmi. And Lakshmi said, oh, I'm not going to, I've never seen him like this before. Oh, he's so frightening. Oh, no, I'm afraid. I don't want to go near him. So then they brought Prahlad. And Prahlad came and offered obeisances. And Lord Nrsingadev put his hand on the head of Prahlad. And when he put his hand on the head of Prahlad, he gave him all the Divya Gyan. And Prahlad was able to offer nice prayers. Although he's only a young boy, he could offer nice prayers to Lord Nrsingadev. So Lord Nrsingadev was very happy to hear the nice prayers from Prahlad. And he asked Prahlad, what do you want, Prahlad? What benediction do you want? So, what did he want? Prahlad said, I don't want any. He said, I am not a businessman. People do business with God. They go to God and they pray to God. Oh God, I love you, I love you. And they're thinking, where's the money? That is material religion. That is dharma. That is kaitava dharma, the cheating religion. Right? Prahlad said, I am not a businessman. I did not worship you for anything. Prahlad, he always remembers the Lord. He didn't ask, save me. He was in danger when they threw him off the mountain, when they put him in the middle of the ocean, when they brought the snakes and the elephant. Prahlad didn't pray to Krishna, oh, protect me. Prahlad just remembers. He remembers Krishna. How does he remember?
Chanting.
Yeah, he chants the holy name. He's always thinking of Krishna. Are you always thinking of Krishna?
Yes.
Yes?
Yeah.
Not just when the exam results come out.
No.
Think of Krishna. Give me a good example. So Prahlad said to Lord Nrsingadev, yeah, I'm only worried about my father. Don't let my father go to hell. Are you worried about your father? Yeah, you are. So you have to become a pure devotee, right? If you're worried about your father, you don't want him to go to hell, you have to become a pure devotee like Prahlad. Lord Nrsingadev told Prahlad, Prahlad, you don't have to worry. Your father will not go to hell. Although he tried to fight with me and tried to kill me, and I killed him, but he's not going to hell because you're a devotee. So you, not only your father, but all your forefathers and all the descendants, they're all delivered. They will all get liberation by your devotion. Because Prahlad is a pure devotee. So if we also become good devotees, we can deliver the family members also. You care about your father, your mother, like that. Not only them, your grandparents, your great-grandparents, everyone, they can all be delivered by devotion to the Lord. So from Prahlad Maharaj, we learn how to worship Lord Nrsingadev with pure devotion. Not to ask anything, we just want to remember him. And Lord Chaitanya has taught us how to remember him by chanting the holy name. Right? So every day we chant Namaste Narsimha. Hiranyakasi Purvakshaha By him, you see, we are conditioned. There are two kinds of souls. There's conditioned souls and liberating souls. Liberating souls have understood that they're not the body. They've understood their self as a spiritual being. But a conditioned soul thinks, I'm the body. They're thinking, I live in this country, this is my country, these are my family, this is my home. We're thinking all these things. That is our conditioning. We have to overcome that conditioning by awakening knowledge. You have to hear. You have to hear from Shastra. So you have to read books like Bhagavad Gita, and you have to hear the meaning of the Bhagavad Gita from teachers who can explain it to you. Then you can come to understand your real self. So the first thing is to understand who we are. Once we understand more who we are, then you can go on to understand who is God. If we don't know who we are, then it will be very difficult to understand who is God. So this is in the Bhagavad Gita, the first part of the Bhagavad Gita, Lord Krishna is explaining to Arjuna the difference between the body and the soul. You see, the body, he compares the body to the dress. Just like we change the dress, we change the body. When the clothes get old and worn out, you get a new dress. The same way with the body gets old and worn out. After some time, you get a new body. We have to understand our real self, that we are all souls, spiritual beings living in a material body. We are conditioned, we're attached to the body. But the body is only temporary, it's not eternal. Okay? Yes?
Whatever we are talking on the scriptures or something in the book wise, it is understood that we are a spiritual body or we are not this materialistic body. Something, everything we are understanding, we are come to know about it. We are just knowing it, experience it.
That's how to experience it. But that's the difference between Gyan and Vigyan. Gyan, you know it. Vigyan, you experience it. Just like you go to school, we learn chemistry and they teach you the theory, and then you do the experiment. You can actually apply what the theory and put it to the experiment. So we get the knowledge that we're not the body, how to experience it. You have to take up, you have to do spiritual activities. You have to learn about spiritual activities, like chanting the Hare Krishna mantra. When you start to chant the Hare Krishna mantra, then you can experience yourself as a soul, as a spiritual being. You can understand you're different from the body. That it awakens just by the sound vibration of the Maha Mantra. Have you ever tried chanting the Maha Mantra? No? So? Yes. So if you try to do this chanting of the Hare Krishna mantra, try to do it regularly, then you will see spiritual energy, an awakening of spiritual power comes about by contact with the mantra. That mantra is a divine sound. We say, Golokera Premadan Harinam Sankirtan. The holy name comes from Goloka. It's not an ordinary sound vibration. It actually comes from the spiritual world, from Goloka, and it appears on our tongue. When we are chanting, Krishna also appears on our tongue in the form of the holy name. So the holy name is Chintamani. Chintamani means fulfills all of our desires, all of our spiritual desires. So you must try to do this chanting seriously. You make it a regular practice and you will get the taste. You will experience this knowledge. Yes,
Maharaj, one question.
yes.
How can we balance both spiritual and material world? As we are in material world, how can we balance both spiritual and material?
Yeah, well, just like a train goes on two tracks, right? We don't have monorail, you have two tracks. The tracks are not level, you can easily turn over. So you have to balance it too. You have to have material life. Yes, you have to work. You have to maintain a family. You have to look after the home and things like that. At the same time, you also need spiritual practice. You need to chant. You need to read scriptures. So, just like in Dubai, many ladies there, they meet to, their husbands go to work, and then the ladies have their own program, satsang, and they meet together. The ladies will meet together and they'll have kirtan together and they'll discuss shastra together. So it's very important. There must be a balance between the two. You cannot just only go on one track. You have to take care of the material, but without the spiritual, then the material will not be satisfied. You will not find any real peace or comfort or shelter from the material gains of life. You need to balance the material with the spiritual. And we don't encourage people to just give up the material and just go fully on the spiritual. You have to do that gradually. Gradually, as we get older, then you can think more about reducing the material part of your life. You know, because as we get older, we have to think about the next life. Where are we going? Are you ready? At any moment, we may have to leave the body. Prahlad Maharaj was saying from the beginning of life, you have to learn Bhagavad Dharma. So, as we get older, especially, we have to gradually minimize the material part of our life and put more emphasis on the spiritual practice, more emphasis on chanting, going to holy places, hearing katha, and so on, organizing these things. So there has to be the balance. It is very important. You need to have some spirit. You know, we say, oh, I have to work. Yeah, you have to work. That's important. But it's also important to chant. People say, I have no time. I'm so busy. Well, you take time to eat. You take time to sleep. You take time to do many other things. If something is important, you'll do it. And if we understand that spiritual practice is important, then you start to do it regularly. Yes?
Question we have, then one last question. We have question. You ready? Last question you can.
Yes, yes.
What is Swarglok and Narglok? And what is the difference? And what is the final destination we should opt for? It's like is it Golak and Golok Dham, and how the difference is? Nothing say I don't totally confused for it.
Well, what is the goal? What you're asking, what is the goal? Oh, what is Swarg and Narak?
What is the final?
Well, Swarg, the heavenly planets, and Narak, the hellish planet, they're in the material world. You know, if you go to Swarg or Narak, you're still in the material world of birth and death. But the real goal is to get out from birth and death, to go beyond the material world. No more birth, no more death. That is the real goal. How to do that? You have to develop love of God. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu taught the goal of life is to develop prem. Prem punarto mahan. To develop love for God. You may not develop love of God immediately, but we have to at least understand the need to get out of beyond birth and death. We have to develop an attraction for spiritual activities. and we have to get free of the material energy. The material energy is made up of the three modes of nature, Rajagun, Tamagun, Sattvagun, keeps us in the material. They're gunas, they're ropes, and they keep us entangled, keep us a prisoner in the material world. Sometimes you go to Swarg, sometimes you go to Narak. You go to Narak, you suffer there, and then you go up there, you enjoy there in Swarg for some time, then you come back down. We're going through all these conditions. This is the world, that's the world of birth and death. It's not comfortable. We want to get free, go beyond birth and death. And to do that, you have to cultivate bhakti, devotion for the Lord. This is the purpose of Bhagavad Gita. In the Bhagavad Gita, Lord Krishna said, Abrahma Bhuvana Loka, from the highest planet, the planet of Brahma, down to the lowest, all are places of birth and death. But one who comes to my abode, he will never leave. Once he goes there to the abode of Krishna, he will never come back to this world, birth and death. Is it clear?
Now, Maharaj told one thing. Maharaj told one thing to balance the life, and Maharaj given some examples. You understood? Everybody understood? Yeah. And Maharaj also told about monorail. I was also thinking monorail means it's working in one rail. But when I worked in the project, I understand that it doesn't work. In monorail also doesn't work. It need guide. Both side guide. Without guide, the monorail also cannot work. So we need a spiritual guide. Like gurus, we are so fortunate. Maharaj is here. So there is a something message from another Maharaj. If Maharaj will give a, allow me, I will explain. Okay. Hare Krishna. No need. All of you remember Bhakti Swami Maharaj?
Yes.
He was here?
Yes.
Okay. Actually, I informed Maharaj. So Maharaj first message came, you all are blessed to get association of a genuine and pure devotee of the Lord. He is no other than His Holiness Bhakti Vighna Vinasa Narsimha Swami Maharaj. Maharaj ki! Today, also I got another message from Maharaj that when Maharaj asked something in the airport, I just sent message Maharaj along with His Holiness Bhakti Vighna Vinasa Narsimha Swami Maharaj. We are going to Jeddah now. Then Maharaj remembered the Jeddah devotees. So Maharaj messaged, good. Give my pranam to Maharaj. And Maharaj is one of the purest devotee in ISKCON. And his association and presence will purify the Sanatana Dhama. Maharaj, would you like to give any message to Maharaj? I will.
Please, Maharaj, please don't flatter me like this. Don't tell the truth. You know, I'm very fallen soul. And please bless me that somehow I can do some good for the Krishna consciousness movement and Srila Prabhupada by coming here to Sanatana Dhama.
Srimad Bhakti Swami Maharaj ki Jai Srila Prabhupada ki Jai Sri Srimad Bhakti Vighna Vinasa Narsimha Swami Maharaj ki Samavet Bhakta Vrinda ki Nitai Gaur Siddhanath Premanande. Okay, I will do. Yeah. Okay. As you order. We'll say Archa. Narsimha Archa. I want this.
You wrote for me.
Again, we have to plan once again, later on. We can stop with the recording stop.
That's stop.